So yeah, this footage looks bad for Mario Galaxy, but once you read the community note, you'll realize how dumb these people are being. For our games, by the way, King Grumpy need to make a let's play and just, right, it's from Sega. And it says the bug in question is not from the game or not official hardware, but on emulation software instead. Yeah, this is how desperate they are to make Nintendo look bad. They're using unofficial, software, that isn't supported by Nintendo, which by the books is illegal because Nintendo doesn't really support it. But Nintendo has never really supported emulation. Obviously, they're very against it. Obviously, because they want you to actually buy Nintendo hardware and Nintendo games for the actual price that it's offered, and not having to play the game for free. Obviously, but 4chan will never understand that. You know they of course will never care. But to complain about Mario Galaxy again, this glitch is, of course, only on emulation software. So of course they're trying to make it look very bad for Nintendo. Like Nintendo is now making glitchy and buggy games, like Sega does, and they're comparing it to Sega. Obviously, Nintendo's making glitchy and buggy games comparable to Sega, comparable to all these other gaming companies. When the truth is, this entire footage is from an emulator. It isn't from official hardware. It is from an emulator as well. So this isn't even on official hardware. And it is so funny that they always get these things wrong as well. Okay, every single time, here. But yeah, this is so funny that we're still okay complaining about we're still talking about how Nintendo's evil. Like this is gets old after a while. Okay, the Switch 2, despite your desperate attempts to defeat Nintendo and win against Nintendo, well, Nintendo Switch 2 is still the fastest selling console of all time. It's mostly salty places and fanboys and, angry Sony fanboys because they can't, accept the fact that people like Nintendo. They can't accept that millions and millions of people are buying the Switch 2. Okay, as of last update on VG Charts, the Switch 2 has sold 8 million copies. Of course, VG Charts is an unofficial source, but I bet Nintendo source official sources because they do basically track in line with the official sales usually as well. So Xbox is selling the worst, PlayStation is in second place, and Switch 2 is in first. But we're told time and time again that no one's gonna buy a Switch 2, and it's just these people. $40 game, by the way, but then they'll not completely ignore the fact that this is not even a brand old hardware. Yeah, goodbye.